Hi everyone, I'm Mindy Cox, and today we're going to talk about a dog toy that I think is pretty special and probably a little underused. And it is probably a toy that you have in your dog's toy box. So I think you can guess what it is because I have examples right here. And that is the original Kong toy. Now it's possible that some dogs will appreciate it just the way it is, but I'm going to show you how to make it super special and make your dog really want to use it. So what's so special about the Kong? Well, the Kong can be used as a behavioral tool for a lot of purposes. So how about you can help your dog with issues of boredom, barking, destructive behavior, isolation, distress, settling down, crate training. For puppies or adult dogs, it could be a real help for getting your dog to love his or her crate. Start with short periods of time in the crate. Leave it open to begin with. Give them something to do. That's what your Kong is for. Calm behavior during your meals. You want to sit down and have a meal. You don't want your dog bugging you. Well, give your dog something to do. I think sometimes we expect our dogs to just behave when we don't help them get there. Visitors. When visitors come into the home, put your dog in a nice, safe, quiet place with a Kong. And what are you going to avoid? Jumping at the door. We always want to have less of that. You can help teach independence. For those dogs that have Velcro dogs, you can get them super interested in the Kong and begin to slowly take yourself out of the picture. Keeps your dog busy and distracted. When you just need your dog to not be doing something else and you want to settle them down, food stuffed Kong, great choice. Let's focus on negative emotions. If your dog is afraid of something, if they can get interested in food, it's very pleasurable for the dog, it's calming for the dog. So if you can get your dog interested in his or her stuffed Kong, you can really help change behavior.
Events like fireworks and thunderstorms can be extremely stressful for dogs. Luckily, noise phobia and storm phobia respond especially well to the use of food toys such as Kongs. Kongs can be used to condition a new positive emotional response to the sound or the storm. When used in conjunction with a sanctuary space, the Kong can be especially powerful. If your dog is afflicted with either noise or storm phobia and you would like more information on treatments that really work, go to therealdognerds.com and look at the solutions page where you will find help for your dog.
There are a ton of recipes only limited by your imagination. So use real food. Use food that your dog can tolerate. Use food that your dog loves. Don't expect your dog to just suddenly be interested in the Kong. Some dogs have to be helped to get used to the Kong, to learn how to appreciate it, to learn how to be persistent in trying to get the food out of it. I only have one size here with me, but the Kong does come in all kinds of sizes. And when you're stuffing the Kong, I want you to think about going up one size bigger than you think your dog would normally use. And you might think that this is a very big Kong, but I would use it for a medium-sized dog. I would use this for easily a 20-pound dog because you want to be able to fit a lot of food in the Kong. Pick out a couple of choices that your dog might like. I'm going to show you two possible choices on stuffing your Kong. One choice is super easy. You take some yogurt, you take their regular kibble, you're going to measure it and remove that much from their regular meal. That way you know that they're not getting too many calories. So I take that, I put it in the bowl with the kibble and I mix it up. Now, why am I mixing yogurt in here? Why wouldn't I just use the kibble? Well, if you can imagine, if you shoved kibble in here, that's going to be super quick. Your dog will have it finished in a minute because all the kibble will just fall right out. But if you mix it up with yogurt, which is super sticky, right? Just mix it up, shove it in. I'm going to try to put as much in as possible. So if you use the yogurt, as I was saying, which is super sticky, it's going to be much harder for your dog to clean this out. Kibble isn't just going to fall out, right? Because the yogurt is going to make it harder to get out. So keep trying to work that down in there. You'd be surprised how much, if you keep working at it, you can actually fit in there. Let's see if we can get a little more in there. That's not bad. That's pretty good, actually. And yes, it is a little messy when your dog licks it out. You might want to put them on their bed or put a towel or a sheet over it so your couch or wherever your dog likes to chew their food does not get messed up. Now, one way to handle that as well, let me give you a really cool tip. You can take some cord, and what I'm doing here is I am halving it, folding it in half, and then I'm going to take the end, the folded end, and put it down inside my Kong. Feed that all the way in. It really helps sometimes, actually. If you have some needle nose pliers, helps to get it out. But in this case, I was able to do it without that. Now you have the two ends hanging out the small side, the loop hanging out the opening, and what you're going to do is just tie a knot in that loop. Okay, there we go. There we go. So that's going to work really well. So now I have these two ends. So why did I go to the trouble of doing this? Well, if you want to teach your dog to love their crate, you will put this in the back of the crate and tie it in. Because a lot of dogs are going to go in, start to eat it, and then what are they going to do? They're going to pick it up and move it out. So you can do that if you're just worried about making a mess, or you could do that if you want to keep your dog in the crate. And when we start to teach crate training, we leave the door open. So the door is open, the dog is learning that really good things happen in their crate, but they have to stay in there to eat this. So we tie this around the bars of the crate. Okay, so now for our second recipe, this one we're gonna freeze. So I am gonna use a liquid in here. So the first thing we need to do is, I am taking some kibble, you can use treats as well, and I am trying to shove them down into this little hole to plug it up. In addition to that, I'm going to use a little peanut butter, and I'm going to also plug up the hole with a little peanut butter. We are going to put some kibble in here. Again, you're going to measure out your kibble. You're going to put some kibble inside. You can fill it all the way up with kibble, about 3/4 of the way. And then besides that, you can put in a couple of other little morsels of yummy food that your dog might love, such as chicken, low-fat hot dogs, a little cheese. So when they find those, it's even more exciting. It's like a treasure hunt. All right, so we have our kibble in there, which we've measured out and removed from the daily portion of their meal. We're going to pour it in, but I do want to put it all the way to the top. And now I'm going to put this down into a cup and then put it in the freezer. We stand it up like this, like so, because we don't want it tilting in the freezer and spilling out. So now you can see it's not spilling out. What I did was I went and got out of my freezer the Kong I made earlier, okay? I have a pink Kong in this case. And by the way, Kongs come in different colors and opacities. that are specific to the chew level of your dog. So some of the Kongs, like this black one over here, is for very tough chewers. And this is the regular. And so pick the one that fits your dog's chewing habits. And now what I'm going to do is I can either take some more yogurt or cream cheese or a little bit of this peanut butter. I'm going to use what my dogs love, which is peanut butter. Love peanut butter. And I'm going to start my dog off with this Kong. I'm going to start it with the licking of the peanut butter, which is going to make it more exciting. Okay, great. How's that? That was pretty easy. Now the ideal situation is have a whole bunch of these in your freezer. So when you need one, you can pull it out quickly and easily. Now you may be wondering, why did I go to the trouble of freezing it? Well, I'll tell you, because a frozen Kong could last from 30 to 50 minutes. So if you want your dog to spend a lot of quiet time, a lot of calm time, maybe he's really worried when guests come over and you've put him up in a safe room and you take out this Kong and now he's happily licking the Kong as you are welcoming your guests into the house. So this Kong, I don't know, this Kong might last, depending upon your dog, 15 minutes or so, and this Kong might last 45 minutes, which is a huge difference. So now remember, the Kong does not take the place of interacting with your dog. We still want you to play with your dog and train your dog and spend time with your dog. But when you need a little peace and quiet, or you need some better behavior, or you're trying to teach new calm behaviors, hey, there's nothing like a Kong toy.
Need more help? Check out therealdognerds.com for tons of useful information on dog behavior. We have treatment programs with real solutions for leash reactive dogs and dogs who are scared of sounds. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at The Real Dog Nerds.